Yeah, we're on episode 28, and we're here at Carmagnola The Grey in Hamilton, Ohio with Jess Allman.
Hello.
She's already put me to work. I mean, right when I got here, she made me get down in the basement, carry up chairs. And then she told me they're from Italy, and I can't scratch them, so maybe a little nervous. So I was very careful. But the cool part is now I'm the first person to get to sit at the bar with her, so that's pretty cool.
I cannot imagine a better person to be the first to sit at the bar besides my neighbor.
Yeah, we're both crazy enough to be fixing up old buildings at the same time, so that kind of makes you friends kind of immediately. We're both getting there, I think. So how are things going?
Things are going well. I mean, all things considered, I feel like just with any project of this size, things are gonna go wrong. I mean, these buildings are both around 175 years old. It's not a perfect square. It's not perfectly plumb. And we're fortunate that our contractor's been fantastic to work with us. They've been flexible. Their subcontractors are so talented that they're able to make adjustments and problem solve. And then the city of Hamilton has been awesome. Anytime we have an issue, we've been fortunate enough to have inspectors come over or whomever the case may be, which has been fantastic.
It takes a lot of people to get something like this going. I'm dealing the same. I'm dealing a lot with the city, my contractor, architects, guy paint my sign. I mean, how many people you think have touched this project? Can you even guess?
You know what? Actually, it's funny that you say that. I can't guess off the top of my head. I mean, there's probably, and we have to be up well over 70, but across the way in Carmagnola, we actually have this piece of metal that I put up when we first started the project, and I've asked every single person who has been a part of this to sign it with a paint marker, and so we will continue to keep that up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Because I just think it's so important. I mean, you get credit being the business owner of like, this is your big project, when in reality, we have the vision, but it's so many other people that put it together.
For sure, you have to have so many people to help get things done.
For sure.
And shame on me, we just jumped right in. I know what you have going on here, but let's tell the viewers, what is Carmagnola The Grey? They might not even know.
Yeah, so thank you for asking. So Carmagnola is our upscale Italian steakhouse, and The Grey is a complimentary wine and cocktail bar. We'll also be open for espresso service starting in the morning. We're very fortunate to have very talented staff. So we have a pastry chef in-house who will be making all of our breads, all of our laminated doughs on our pastries. We have an exceptional barista who's running our coffee program. And then our culinary staff throughout the day and evening are pinch me amazing. Every time I just look at things that they produce, I'm just so impressed. And then I would be, in trouble if I didn't mention our bar staff. They're also absolutely fantastic. We've got great personalities as well as just total savants with their arts, crafts, and trades. And
for people, and you're going to see the video, but I walked in, I look up, and this place is amazing. So this isn't your average restaurant. It's not open yet or bar, but this is going to be, this is upscale, like you said. And when you walk in, you know it immediately. And I know things aren't even done, you're still cleaning. I'm helping carrying up chairs, but what inspired you to want to do something like this in Hamilton? Because 20 years ago, people would be like, you couldn't put a nice place in Hamilton. That was kind of the belief.
Yeah.
And things have changed, but tell me what made you want to go all in on this.
So it's been a long time dream. And I know people say that at times with different projects, but for me, it really has been. So throughout my life, when I fantasized about somewhere that I want to escape to, no matter what I was doing, it would be a restaurant. And so people have the vision of they're sitting on a beach, they have their feet up, they can feel the breeze in their hair, and that's their escape. For me, it's always been a restaurant. And so just the concept of amazing food, great service, and just wonderful cocktails. I essentially just made a place that I really want to hang out at, and I hope people want to join as well.
I'm definitely excited for the espresso.
Yes.
I'm just a block away.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I'll probably be stopping in for that. Definitely.
You better be.
Send my team down. They'll probably send me down to get rid of me sometimes. But we're in The Grey right now.
Yeah.
Kind of explain, what kind of stuff are you going to be offering? Do you have a menu already, or
We do.
You don't have to break any big secrets.
Oh yeah,
give them something.
We got to leave some surprises for sure. So, starting with the morning, as I mentioned, we have espresso. So we're working with 7 Hills. They've actually created a blend just for us. So I think that's going to be delicious. Obviously, we hope to design it. And then our pastries, as I mentioned, we have Jess Allman, who has an incredible background in making doughs the old-fashioned way. And so the pastries that we have in the morning will be second to none, I promise you. Looking at very old techniques. And then throughout the day, it'll transition. So around lunchtime, we'll be looking to have some different sandwiches. Again, we have the bread being made in-house. We have some exceptional meats and produce that we're gonna have here. And I think there's just, a need downtown for another place to kind of sit, grab something, or even take it to go as well. So we'll be offering that. And then as we transpire into the evening, or as we like to call it, the no-tell Negroni time, if it's a little bit earlier in the afternoon, we'll have cocktails, definitely some bespoke cocktails, a curated wine list, and then some small plates. Everything over here, we wanted to make sure that it was something that either is shareable or you could eat without essentially a fork and knife. Now, I do like to mention, you don't necessarily need a fork and knife to eat oysters. It's not gonna be, it's gonna be a little bit nicer food that we're offering.
Okay, and then across the way here at the restaurant, what kind of stuff are you gonna have there?
So that I'm really looking forward to. So for dinner in particular, we will have, I mentioned Italian steakhouse. So yes, we will have pastas, we will have breads, we'll have tomatoes, garlic, basil, all the things that people stereotypically think about with Italy. But the big thing that we are celebrating is the 0 kilometer meal. And so looking at food as much as we can that's sourced locally. So Carmagnola is actually a town in Italy near Turin that is an industrial as well as agricultural area, very similar to Hamilton.
All right.
And so that's something that we really wanted to give a nod to, is eating local, having a little bit of luxury within the community as well. And so we'll be having some more upscale foods. We're very fortunate with our culinary staff. They specialize in farm to table cooking, and something that we're really excited about is wood fire cooking.
All right.
So we are looking at old traditional techniques. We have a wood fire pizza oven that was custom made for us in Italy. And then we have a grill that was made for us by a local artisan in Cincinnati, Jamie at Fire Lab. And it is one of a kind that he made for us. He actually made these shelves that are in here as well. Just very talented, and we're fortunate enough to have that grill in here as well.
And so you're really all in on this. This is your dream. You fantasize about something like this, you said.
Yeah.
Big, nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Awesome old building.
Yes.
But you're not a rookie in the restaurant game. So this isn't like this is your first big restaurant you own, but you've been working in this field. So kind of talk about, kind of your experience in the restaurant field.
Oh, wonderful. Great question. So when I was in high school, I started working in restaurants. I started off doing dishes at a Greek diner that I should have been fired 5 times over. I have no idea how he didn't fire me.
Which one?
It's Yorgos. It's in Steubenville, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah. So originally, I'm from Eastern Ohio originally.
Okay.
And so I worked there. George was fantastic, but he taught me a lot about work ethic, cleanliness, obviously, and just taking care of regular customers. From there, a good friend of mine, one of my best friends growing up, her name's Miranda, and she grew up on top of an Italian restaurant. So her family lived on top, the restaurant was on the first floor. And we would go over there and just get to go in the back, see the sauce being made, see the pasta being made. We'd roll silverware, we do all the different things. And that's really where I started to fall in love with the industry. I was fortunate that back home, a lot of people were just fantastic cooks. And so we were able to enjoy that regularly. And then when I came down here in '99 to go to Miami, I was missing that. I definitely was missing the food. I was missing those certain components of home. And so at that point, it started my hunger for looking for those places around here. I went to college afterwards, worked for 2 years at a life insurance company. Was crying, I was upset, I hated my job. Life insurance is important, as we both know, but for me, sitting behind a desk all day, pushing papers was not my idea of fun or fulfilling. I'm definitely an artist inside and a creative. And so my husband, I'll never forget, one night in our first house in our kitchen, he just said to me, he's like, Jess, either stop crying or do something about it. And I was like, really? So I went to culinary school right after. And then I worked my way up through a couple restaurants, and then I ended up working tangentially throughout the industry as I worked in sales, distribution, consulting, and I just really enjoyed it. But I always had the hunger to get back into it.
Yeah, so I worked in restaurants when I was young too. I worked at Beckeridge Country Club. We did the weddings. I bartended. I worked at the Yankee Trace, mostly events, but the food service. And I mean, I hired young lawyers and paralegals. I usually look for someone who's had some kind of working in restaurants good, like customer service, you get dealing with people. So I would always suggest a young person work in a restaurant or something like that. I think you just learn so much. No matter what you end up, if you end up working in insurance, the other way around, you go to a restaurant and then you end up in insurance, you'll be better at insurance if you worked in a restaurant.
Oh, for sure.
You'll be a better lawyer or a doctor if you've worked in a restaurant.
100%.
And then some people stick with it and end up building into a career like this. I mean, I'm personally very invested. I've been watching it as the sign's up. I'm really looking forward to be able to come down here, take my wife to dinner, maybe stop in here with people from work.
We look forward to it. And I'd like to touch something on what you said too. We talked right there about people starting their career and starting their work in a restaurant or in food and beverage in some form or fashion, and then going on to getting a quote unquote real job. And that is something that we're really hoping to change the narrative. Our staff, they're a little bit longer in the tooth. And we've got some young bucks, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, our staff's a little bit longer in the tooth. They know traditional techniques, and those techniques are dying. And if we don't preserve them, it's just like an oral tradition. Once you quit telling that story, it disappears. And so same thing with these techniques. They're a little bit harder, they're much more artisan, but our staff, whether it's behind the bar, whether it's somebody serving, whether it's somebody in our kitchen, they are artists, they are craftsmen, they are tradespeople, and it's important to celebrate what they're doing, as well as looking at the fact that they've had long and continue to have great careers within the industry. And so that whole juxtaposition is really important to us to rewrite that. We see Hell's Kitchen, you see The Bear, you see all these different things where it's dramatized. I think that's the same thing as saying, oh, I watched ER, so I'm gonna be a doctor and this is what I'm gonna expect, or every hospital's like that. And so we are looking to sort of rewrite that story.
Yeah, it's a great career too. I think it's a good place to start if you want to do something else, but it's a great, I love doing that when I was, because I like talking to people.
Yeah.
And it's not a whole lot different than I do, it's kind of different, but I think if you're good with people, you can kind of take your career anywhere, whether you stay in a restaurant forever, you love her, it's just the people skills and connection, because part of going to a restaurant's not just the food, it's like the service, it's all in one. And as you know, when a place gets it right, it just makes your night, and you want to do it again, and you want to tell other people about it. So, and it's not easy. It's not, because you have to kind of nail it on all fronts, or people are going to remember the bad thing. It's the same in my business. Like, we could do a lot of things right, but if we just screw up just 1% of it, that's what the client will remember. And so the pressure's kind of always on in business. But that's kind of the fun part. If you're the type of person that wants to take the challenge, I guess.
Oh, actually, I appreciate you saying that too, because some of the words, and I called you up and told you once, I heard you say it the one time on a video. I was struggling a little bit. I mean, this is a big project, and you have ups and downs, good days and bad days. And I was having a day that I was like, oh my gosh, or like, how is this gonna work out? What am I doing? And I remember hearing you say, the reason that you went into business for yourself is because you like a challenge, and you get a challenge every day. And that has stuck with me ever since you said that, where I like a challenge. I'm smart. I can create things, and I have a great team around me. And just remembering that, and remembering that I like a challenge, I can get through this, that's really stuck with me. So I appreciate your words, Josh.
I might have just been saying it for myself, but like, you kind of have to, I'm glad they gave you a pep talk, but you kind of have to have a challenge, but you get, people like us will get bored if you didn't have one. I know I do, and that's why you were probably crying about insurance, because you probably got bored with it. And the challenge makes it fun, makes it hard some days, but I think it makes the good days even better. And,
for sure.
And someone's got to do it. Like we need a place like this in Hamilton. So I'm glad we have someone giving it a shot, and I'm really hoping for the best. I mean, this place is going to be cool. I think when people in Hamilton come here and just look up at the skylight here in the bar, I haven't even seen the other side yet. This place is going to be awesome, and I'm waiting to taste the food.
And you'll get to see the whole thing. We actually have an open kitchen too, and a big part of that is oftentimes our culinary staff at different restaurants are sort of back as trolls under the bridge and not allowed to come out, which is really unfortunate. And we're proud of the work that they do, and we want people to see that. Sometimes people wonder, why does food cost what it does? What is it? Oh, I can make this at home. And a lot of times people can, but for us, we want to really share seeing them in action. Our culinary staff will actually even be serving some food sometimes too, because we want to have that cross experience.
That's interesting. And in my experience, I worked at 2 or 3 restaurants. The people up front are usually the people, I guess, but the people in the kitchen are usually the funniest. I mean, there were some of the funniest people. I still remember the guys I worked with 20 years ago that were just hilarious. The cooks and the chefs. They don't come out to the front as much, but they're funny people and they're fun. So that's cool that kind of people see that people are preparing their food. I think people enjoy that. I like restaurants that you can kind of see in the back. I think people enjoy it. Is there anything else people should Hamilton or Butler County wider should know?
Oh my gosh, there's so many things. I mean, I think we hit on a lot of great points here, and a big part of what we want to do is just really celebrate the craftsmanship, the arts and trades. And I know I said that. And looking at integrating with the visual art community, looking at integrating with performing arts community, and really trying to remind people that we are part of the arts community too, and just to celebrate that along with us.
When you brought it up, I know your daughter, she dances at Miami Valley.
Yes.
She's one of the bigger kids. My daughter's she's about to be 8 years old. They do I think the Nutcracker will be coming up here pretty soon.
Oh, before we know it. Before we know it.
My daughter only does the one weekend. I think yours probably does both weekends. It is always cute though to see the kids. The big girls are so nice to the younger ones. My daughter loves it. So shout out to Michelle, Miami Valley as well.
Oh, for sure. And that just goes to another layer of it's all about teaching. It's all about teaching and teaching that next generation. So that's something that we hope to do here.
And is your family going to be involved helping you here?
Some of which. I mean, this is definitely my full-time job. My husband's keeping his full-time job. The kids are both in school full-time, but you'll definitely see them around.
Chipping in a little bit.
Yeah, and my mom will be around too, so that'll be kind of fun as well.
All right, well, where should people find out more info? You got a website yet or a Facebook, or if not, where should they look?
We have both.
Okay.
I will tell you, and I will tell you that social media is also an area that I struggle with. Right. I don't have the same skill that you do with it.
I didn't either at first. I mean, we'll work on that.
Okay, I appreciate it. But we do have a website. We have carmagnola.third.com as well as The Grey on Third. Right now, there's not a lot of information because we can't post reservations or menu or anything like that yet. But you can go there. You can sign up for our email list, and then definitely follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
All right, man. I think we got it all. Camera guy, he approves. I really look forward to coming here when it's all set up, and we can get the tour now, I guess, and go check it out.
If you want to walk around a little bit,
awesome.
for sure.
Well, thanks for sitting down talking to me. It was awesome.
Thanks, Joshua. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Yeah, it's not too bad. See?
Thanks. Yeah.
She's making me take the expensive chairs back down. Probably a good idea. It's cool to be. It's the first time we've ever had a prop though, just for the interview.